Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name's Jenny and this is Arnold the Praying Penguin, and we make videos every Saturday all about prayer, exploring the Bible and living out your faith. I hope you're all doing well. We're making the most of still having our Christmas tree here because it's very much still the Christmas season. It's not over yet. But on Saturday we shared a video all about how we go about setting our goals and our goals for 2021. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely go and check that out. But in there we mentioned that one of our other ways of setting goals is to create more of a bucket list style goals. Smaller goals, bigger goals, just a mix of things that we can just tick off once they're done and that will bring us joy in 2021. This is where we put our fun things, things that we really want to do, but maybe that we need a reminder that we should be doing them, that we forget about maybe. So we've come up with 21 things that we want to do in 2021, which is quite a mouthful. 21 in 2021. And if you're on our email list, we're going to be sharing even more about this list and about these challenges in an email very soon. So if you're not subscribed yet, head down to the description of this video and you'll find a link to where you can subscribe to our email list. So I've got my list of 21 things and we're just going to go through the list and chat about them. So the first thing on my list is to share your testimony. Over the course of the year, make sure you tell at least one person, about how you came to faith and the difference that faith makes in your life today. I find testimonies so inspiring, and they're also such an important way that we can share our faith and bring others to faith. The second challenge is to complete a reading challenge. So this could be absolutely anything you like that will help you to read. And by reading, I do include audiobooks and ebooks. I think they both count as reading to me, so. But this challenge could be to read a certain number of books, or to read a book that's outside of your comfort zone, or to read a book that maybe you find a bit intimidating or you've been putting off. Arnold has actually designed a whole reading challenge for 2021 that we're super excited to share with you. We'll be talking a bit more about all of our reading plans in a video in the new year. But if you'd like to get a head start and see the whole reading challenge, we'll link it down below. Our third challenge is to make a new friend. Now this might seem like something that's a bit out of our control. We don't know who's going to come into our life over the next year, but I think it's really good to always be meeting new people, not just sticking in our own little bubble. Reaching out and seeing other people in our community, other people in our area, our neighbours. Our fourth challenge is to donate to a charity that you're passionate about. This could be a donation of money, but it could also be a donation of time, a donation of your resources, a donation to a food bank. Find a cause that you're passionate about and see how you can help them in their mission. Our fifth challenge is to read a gospel in one sitting. So I did this as part of a course a couple of years ago and it was really interesting to read one of the Gospels. I think we did the book of Mark. So you can pick Matthew, Mark, Luke or John, pick one of them and read it through in one sitting. And this is a really interesting way to look at the Gospel as one whole story. We often read just little chunks of it at a time, but it's really interesting to see it all laid out in one go. To see how it all fits together, what happened first, and then what happened, how did it all come together. It's really, really interesting. Challenge number 6 is to learn something new. I think it's really important that we continue to keep learning about different things, learning about different places in the world, learning new skills, learning about history or about technology, absolutely whatever you like. And this could come from reading, it could come from taking up a new hobby and learning a new skill. Challenge 7 is to go on a prayer walk. Now we have a whole video on our channel all about how to do a prayer walk, and we really enjoy them. We find them such a good way to get out into the community and to be praying for those around us. Challenge number 8 is to take a day off or a week off or even a month off of social media. Now we really enjoy social media, we find it a great way to connect with people, and I'm a big believer that social media can be used for both good and for bad because the people on it are both good and bad. But it's also always a good idea to take a break, to step away and make sure that we're not becoming reliant on those relationships that we build on social media. Challenge number 9 is to memorise a Bible verse or even a whole Bible passage. I think it's so useful for us to know our Bible well enough that we can say it off by heart, or at least say some of those helpful verses so that they're always with us. We don't have to find our Bible and work out what it tells us. To know certain verses off by heart is such an important tool. Challenge number 10 is to visit somewhere new. Now this doesn't need to be somewhere very far away, somewhere super exciting or super expensive. doesn't need to be another country, it can be just around the corner from where you live. But I think it's so much fun to explore and to find new places and to enjoy the creation that God's given us. Challenge 11 is to use a prayer journal. So again, we have a video up on our channel about how to start a prayer journal. But I think these are such great tools for writing down our prayers and using that different medium of praying. I also think it's such a good way to be able to look back on our prayers and see how God has answered our prayers. Challenge number 12 is to be mentored. This could be a long-term relationship where you see the same person every month or so, or it could just be a one-off occasion where you seek out someone to mentor you over a certain situation. But find a wise, mature Christian that you trust, someone that will give you good biblical advice, and just spend some time chatting to them, seeking their advice. Challenge 13 is to volunteer for a role at church. This could be like a formal position by taking on leadership of a certain group, or it could be much simpler, something like joining the rota to help serve teas and coffees or to lead prayers at church. What could you do to help serve in your church community? Challenge 14 is to surprise someone. Think of someone that you know that could do with cheering up or a nice surprise, and then surprise them, maybe with cake or a nice gift, or even just popping round for a visit. Challenge 15 is to donate food to your local food bank. 2020 has been such a difficult year for so many people, so if you're in a position where you can donate some extra food to your food bank, this will be really helpful for those who are struggling. You can just search on Google and find your nearest food bank, and they'll often tell you what things they're in particular need of. Challenge 16 is to go camping. Now this is something I really love, so if you hate camping, feel free to change this to something different. It's okay, but I really enjoy camping, and I didn't get to go camping at all in 2020, even though we got a new tent last Christmas. Typical. So in 2021, I really want to go camping. Challenge 17 is to make something. Again, this one is open to interpretation. This could be something really crafty and creative, or it could be something that you're building a computer or building something out of wood. But I think building something and making something is a really great way to get creative and get really involved in something, in a project. And I think it's always so satisfying when you've got this thing at the end that you've made. Challenge 18 is to contact an old friend or family member that you haven't spoken to for a while. It's really easy for friendships and relationships to kind of get forgotten, especially when you don't see someone very often. But why not make that effort to get back in touch with someone, even just to check in and see how they're doing. Challenge 19 is to go to a sports event. Again, if you really hate sport, feel free to change this one. But this doesn't have to be a big competitive serious sport event. Hopefully park runs will start back up in 2021 and we'll be able to go to those. And those are super relaxed 5k running events that happen every Saturday all over the world. But this could also be things like a friendly tennis tournament or joining a local five-a-side team. It's just about finding some ways to get active and to get some exercise in a really fun way. Challenge 20 is to try a new hobby. Now this could well overlap with some of the other challenges about learning something new, but this hobby could be anything. It could be something creative like knitting or felting or painting. It could be something sporty like running. It could be something musical, taking up a musical instrument. Absolutely anything at all. But I think it's really fun to try these different things and just see whether we enjoy them. And the final challenge, challenge 21, is to see a penguin. And no, sadly Arnold doesn't count because he's already here. But is there an opportunity in 2021 for you to go out there and see a penguin? Whether it's at the local zoo, or if you're lucky enough to be able to travel somewhere where you can see penguins out in their natural habitat. That would be amazing. If you do see any penguins, I would of course love to see all of your penguin photos, so please send them to me. I would love to see them. So those are 21 challenges for 2021. You can of course adapt this in any way you like. You can come up with completely different challenges from us, or you can use these as a basis, a launching point. If you are coming up with your own challenges in 2021, let us know what they are down in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me and Arnold in 2021. This is our final video of 2020. We hope you've enjoyed all of our videos this year, and we will see you again very soon in 2021. Bye!